Whoa, look at the strength.
Lie. Allegedly.
Shit, son.
Falari, get your shit together, please. I'm actually begging you. Please.
What's killing me is, yeah, okay, it's cool. I just want to make sure I'm in it. There we go, cool. We're in, man. Mike's kind of close to Vans' mouth. It's kind of crazy.
Sing bada.
Pause, yo, pause.
So this phone is for stopwatch.
Yeah, let's make this one
brief.
Yeah.
Or brief.
This one's got
Nigga.
can't lie.
Got quick things.
I ain't got the capacity.
I don't have it.
You have to leave it all in there. This is the extra pod stuff for the listeners. So the real truth is, yeah, you guys don't have the capacity this week.
I don't have it.
Okay, for our listeners, I'm always I'm intrigued, yeah. I want you guys to go back to any of our past episodes and see if you can highlight the week where you can tell we're not on it. And I'll confirm if you were on it or not.
Yeah, fair. I love that.
Yeah.
Because
there is an element to fake podding. I don't think anyone ever wants to be honest about.
To be honest, I had the capacity 45 minutes ago.
It's true. It's so true.
Because there is that element where you have to just turn up.
Yeah.
There's that, but I feel
because you can hear when someone's energy's flat or they've had a long day or they're just not in the right headspace.
The best pod episodes come from pain.
From pain?
They come from a place of pain.
Yeah. I know.
When you've had
That's when I tried to get at Chrissy about something here. When I see one tweet from someone saying, these times someone's podding through the pain. They were shading me.
Oh.
It was in support of Chrissy, so I thought
right.
I just retweeted it, but I didn't respond. They're like, what did I say? I said something. It wasn't even shade. It just sounded shady.
I know what you're talking about.
When I said something
when you
about
said that I'm gonna die alone.
Oh, no, that wasn't what I said.
I didn't hear that.
Can you see? That's fake podding. That's fake podding right there.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
You mentioned something about
it was something
her
about
being
relationship
single.
status. Yeah,
yeah, because
I didn't want to say it out loud.
Because someone said those people that are in a relationship always
wanna rest.
Never rest ever.
But Fols ain't that kind of person.
No. But
you know, when
it was
the
support
babe
Chrissy, innit?
gets into a relationship.
Oh, my man. I want to live in his skin. My man.
Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna my husband people to death.
Yeah, but then I don't know why I don't mind that one because he made a commitment with you in front of God, in front of your family, in front of the state. And then you want this babe to not shout from the rooftops that she has a husband, a whole husband. Now, history has shown that doesn't always necessarily stop shenanigans from happening.
It's true.
But at least in the honeymoon phase, let her flex, man. And then when she gets disappointed, the community, you guys put the cloak around her of love.
They'll ask me, how are you? I'll be like, do you know what? Funny you should ask that. My husband actually asked me the same question this morning. Thank you so much. Oh, what are you having for lunch? Oh my God, my husband ate lunch yesterday. Isn't that the funniest thing?
Anyway.
That's what man say, that's fake pod, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want me to be happy.
I do.
You don't.
Okay.
What kind of guy do you think you are?
Shall we start?
No. We're here, man. I want to dissect this because Chris looks so upset. You don't think you want it to be happy?
But this is what she does.
Oh, this her fake pod.
Yeah, the moment that
acting
we disagree.
Like we don't surround her with love
you want me dead?
Yeah, you guys do.
And I'm like,
you very much alive.
Deceased.
What about all the other good stuff that we do?
That's not what we're talking about right now.
Okay, cool.
If there's one thing men want, that's credit.
That's what I'm saying. You did one nice thing. Wow.
At one time you sent flowers.
All right. It's giving bare minimum.
Bare minimum?
Yeah.
Damn. I think it's a good place to start though.
Okay.
Hashtag Offthecuffpod.
Come on.
Yeah. No miss out, man. Smooth. That clip made me laugh though.
Come on, I'll be honest, Mr. Vans.
Yeah, because I was kind of waiting to play the music first.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, I said Vans can just do it once at this point. You can play the music from the bit before. We're keeping everything in. I said this at the start.
Oh, we don't really listen.
I want the BTS stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
This is for Vans' edit. Insert music here.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Make them rise like the morning.
Woo.
We back.
Yes,
there we go.
are.
Energy. That's what Chrissy
Yeah.
wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bank holiday special. You get me?
For
Come
true,
on.
For true.
Good Friday, everyone. And all
Friday
of
for the people
that.
then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Energy. I've always feel right when I play the music.
Okay, sorry. That's okay. Can you put that's shots, bro?
Wow.
My business saying don't interrupt my routine, my intro and that.
Man went for the intro, you know.
Bazooka saying.
Do you want to match the table?
Sorry. I was just trying to,
Oh, the girls are
trying to go strength for strength.
I don't do that. No, but the girls are fighting. What fighting?
I wanted to go strength for strength. I saw
you
you
got to
shake the
show
table, so I was
This lightweight
shaking
table.
Oh, you're saying it's light work? Yeah, because you got the strength.
Jeez.
Okay,
No,
Samson.
don't do this. Don't
the
do
biceps and the triceps.
Yeah.
this.
The sports
This is how you
leggings,
guys
yeah.
people outside. He's not even that hench. Because you be saying every week, oh yeah, no, you look. No.
Them dons that keep saying that they're going gym and you see no difference.
Eating biscuits, isn't it? I know the vibes, man. Shout out to the Foxes crew. Come on.
Oh, they do a good biscuit.
They do.
Do you know what? Yeah, if you do certain workouts, actually,
You was about to cap in it.
no, I was gonna say it depends on your genetics
That's true. That's true.
because I don't really, I don't have a strict diet. I eat what I want.
Okay. Chrissy, don't say nothing.
I haven't said.
No, yeah.
Oh my
Can't
God.
say the same for others.
Okay. Fair.
Who are you
that's
dragging?
two shot.
Because I'm not sure.
We're doing a shot.
No one
count,
here.
that's two
No
shots.
one here.
Okay.
Of course,
We're
this is
doing a shot
family.
count
What's are you talking about?
No, friendly fire sometimes.
Yeah, but
These ones, Chrissy.
that's we say that to each other, innit? Like we say that to each other, like
Yeah,
you know what I
there's
mean?
friendly fire in that, but yeah.
But
No, it's very true. As you get older, it's genetics, metabolism,
yeah, all of that.
yeah, they will definitely show themselves. But
I've
obviously-
started working out again.
Hey,
you back in the
No, I said I've started working out. Not too much from me. Today is day 2. It's going so well.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did you do on day 1?
I worked out.
Am I asking too many questions?
Yeah, support me and move on.
Shout out to the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
Oh,
There we go. Happy to see everybody. How's everyone doing?
yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good man. The sun's out.
Guns
Weather's.
Teaser.
Not
All right.
icy.
So
Little
yeah,
foreplay. It's like
the thing is that when the sun is out, it reflects on my mood.
okay.
Right. So it just feels better to wake up when the sunshine is kind of like creeping through your window, as opposed to like darkness and gloominess
Doom.
and I was complaining about the hour that they took from us, but
Daylight saving.
hey,
Difference.
I need it back.
yeah, nice seeing the sunset. For a change.
Remember that gig lyric, wherever outside is equivalent to the mood I'm in. And anytime it's like doom and gloom, I'm like, yeah, I remember that lyric.
Scary.
And then anytime it's sunny like this, I remember that lyric. Or when it's really sunny in London, I just think of Western.
Yeah, I
When
keep
all the
saying it though.
Has come out.
Ooh, the sundresses.
Listen.
It's not sundress anymore. We don't really get sundresses anymore.
I mean, even if it was, only if you have cheeks in it. Cheeks only live streamed. This is a cheeks only live stream.
Hey, speak your truth, King. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
What is with the man them and cheeks? Is cheeks killing us?
Do you know what? I don't even think it's just the man them. I think women admire cheeks as well.
Not to the extent we do. Like some of us will like
Yeah,
lose
because-
our
Dive
senses
for
because it's
Nyash.
not,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. I mean, you said
Dave
it.
knew.
Yeah. Pardon?
I said Dave knew the fuckery that you lot like to get up to.
Don't get caught for puss. Don't die for nyash.
Because not that we're going to say it too long. I have seen some examples of guys like, as long as that's there, all the other necessary things they overlook.
But it depends on what you're into. If you're not too fussed on like the face, let's say.
You could let us say
I know what you
saying
meant.
it.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
get straight
okay.
to it.
Okay, sorry.
So a man, like, they don't mind.
Hey man, everyone has their standards, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Everyone has,
true.
what
Their
they're into.
preferences.
Yeah.
Some guys aren't even on cheeks like that. They're on the breast.
It's true.
Yeah, but that's so like millennium, so 2000s. Page 3.
Oh, with the long batty.
I
I
don't know what you're
Yeah.
trying to achieve here today.
No, but that's page 3, bro. None of them had cheeks. I know.
Or you looked. This
Absolutely.
nigga was single-handedly keeping the sun in business. Your mum's giving you lunch money. Man's buying the sun every morning.
You didn't even have to
Morning.
buy it. You didn't even have to buy it. It's there on the newspaper stand. Quick look. And go about your business.
No, if I was news agent, I'm charging you.
And then look
Nah.
at
Do you know what, yeah? Especially like during the times where I used to read the newspaper, I'd always start at the back.
Fair sports.
Yeah, sports first, and then, you know, work my way to page 3.
Oh, the grand finale.
I was building up the climax.
That's really smelly behaviour, Mr. Vans.
Can you not respect it? That's
Delayed
You man are acting
gratification.
like you never looked at the page 3, which is the funniest part about it to me.
like
Said you, man.
that was actually a thing.
Bro,
Do they still have that?
nah, they
just- Oh yeah, in this day and age.
so yeah, so they got rid of page 3 altogether, and then I think that they brought it back, but on like page 7, but now they're fully clothed. They're just like, it's just a model,
Or just models.
like in a bikini, not
Oh.
like topless.
I was gonna say like what, like a Jane Norman drip. Just
Hey man, there'll be no Katie Price without page 3.
It's true.
Very true, but she looks horrific now.
Oh,
Too much plastic surgery.
yeah.
Yeah, one day we're gonna like really dive into this whole,
What plastic surgery thing?
because I think I don't think it's just exclusive to women,
It's
because
true.
you're seeing a lot of men going through it as well.
Yeah, of course.
Seeing a man them getting their abs done now.
What, Funk Flex?
Lipo, Drake, Kanye, Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
The lipo thing I understand. If you've got some like problem areas, fine. You just want to like tighten it up a bit. I get that. But ab etching, I think is called. That's weird. Because then you put on weight and what now?
But then
Well, they put fake abs there, basically.
No, just like literally etch the muscle out. Kind of like carve some of the muscle out so you've got like way more
like how
definition.
like, they would make the Greek god
Yeah.
thing
the thing is,
chiseled.
Yeah.
when you're of that age, yeah, like, because I think Dr. Dre's been in shape for the past, let's say, 15 years. Now, like, you're coming towards the latter stages of 40s and early 50s, let's just say. I don't,
Dr. Dre is definitely in his 50s.
yeah, he's got to be in his 50s now. But if you're like Drake's age, bro,
Saying, did you even try?
go to the gym, bro.
You don't already know how I feel about Aubrey Graham.
Is that an example of men being in their sassy era? Is that
Drake is sassy as fuck.
But then it also forces me to ask, like, why does it bother people so much, whatever people choose to do with their bodies?
It's true.
we're inner though, we're nosy, celeb culture. This is like the other side of you get the riches, the house, the money, the fantastic lifestyle, and then we get just to like talk about you on the other side of things.
The only reason, the only reason why I would probably question, because I know that a lot of these people have an impact on a large group of people, especially like young ones, let's say.
Yeah.
You're kind of showing them that, like, you know, or maybe not showing them not to appreciate your body. It's just like, all right, cool, like, you could just go and change it.
But I don't think it has the same effect on men as it does on women with regards to like how a whole culture can be changed in regards to like body image. Like, the reason why that's a talking point for like men is, one, it's not necessarily been confirmed and the body's not come out and kind of owned it. Two, we kind of compare it to how we grew up and like, could you imagine DMX going to get his abs done? Like, it's a question about like masculinity and how we look at rappers and the different kind of age we're in. This isn't something. I remember
eras.
watching, scrolling my timeline, seeing some of the ladies talking about like Bad Bunny getting his face done. I don't know this to be true or not, but they're aware of these things. When I wouldn't know, because I don't know what to look for unless it's like glaringly obvious. Like you had a really broad nose and it's super slim. Like it has to be something so drastic where like I can clearly see.
obvious,
They know because they can see by belly button positioning, all these different things. Like the belly button's here.
You are really in women's business.
On the collarbone.
Wow.
I think when it comes to like facial features,
Yeah.
you can kind of like, nowadays a lot of men are getting fillers on their cheekbones and stuff and their foreheads and whatnot, just to give them maybe like a more defined, chiseled look.
Right.
So that there was a guy on
Granite chin.
Yeah, so that there was a guy on TikTok the other day that posted a clip of him having fillers injected in his face.
He's getting injected in his face.
Yeah,
Okay.
like with the fillers, like that's how the procedure's done, and everyone was cooking him.
Because he's my earlier point. It's
Yeah.
not manly.
Everyone
There's
was
some
cooking
things
it.
you got to leave for the women. Now, do I care genuinely at my core? No. If that's going to make you happy, cool. The way I kind of look at other end is,
Do you know what?
once you start, can you really stop? That's my thing.
Yeah. This
Genuinely,
is
but
it. This is it.
If you like it, I love it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, for that Donny in particular, I was like, you know what, do what you want, but bro, exfoliate first because your skin.
Bad.
Okay.
Wow.
Are we doing a shot count? Because that's like shot number 3 or 4.
The thing is that like everyone was calling him sassy and blah blah blah. Oh, I get why the
Everyone
women
like
are
12 tweets.
No, it actually like there was like 100+ quote tweets
Okay.
on this Don, and I was
Platinum.
like, once it gets to a certain section in it, and obviously like there's certain men that are going to look at that, and because it's quite new to a lot of man as well, seeing a guy having like these procedures getting injected in the face to kind of like make their face look a certain way, of course it's gonna, you know, cause some form of discourse or
Yeah.
negative comments towards the
We'll
Don.
always find something to talk about.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know, if you're gonna do that, at least get your skin right first.
Leave the guy alone.
Yeah.
Man.
I agree. I agree with you.
When Chrissy wants to move on, everything is I agree.
No, I support you. I can't support black men again.
No, you can. We need to support.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah,
Like, how do you
just
feel about men and plastic surgery and procedures and stuff for men?
Me personally, I know what you mean about I don't particularly care what people do with their bodies. Now, I have my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily going online to share them. Some of them I think is just a bit lazy. Like with someone like Dr. Dre, who's a bit older now, we've said this countless times. As you get older, the way you hold weight on your body changes. The fact that you can shift changes. So from his perspective, I get that because you've typically been quite fit and healthy. You just got a bit of a nudge, a bit of a boost. However, if you just sit in your house and eat like flaming hot Cheetos and drink Dr. Pepper all day and you're just going for the lipo vibe, I just think that's lazy. That's my opinion on it. But
if you were a millionaire, multi-millionaire,
yeah, of course, like you can still do it.
Sure.
I get it.
Why is money always the thing? It seems like
nah, because like you've got the access to just get up and do it. Like it would just be as easy as a click of a button, rather than like the casual person to get surgery, you'd have to save up.
Yeah, and it's like more of a thought process.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it for me personally, I would be more inclined to kind of see what I can do about it first.
yeah.
From a women's perspective, I do think it's really tough because you get surgery, you want to get a lipo, or let's not even talk BBLs because they're so dangerous, like someone wants to get their boobs done or whatever, then you're not setting an example for the younger generation, and there's people that look up to you and all the rest of it.
Well, who told you guys to look up to me, bro, man?
It's not their responsibility.
Look up to God. Who told you to look up to me, man?
Yeah, it's true. I agree. It's not their responsibility. So
You that put pride and money above God the other day.
That was a joke. and the listeners agree because
Then-
I had no backlash. Teflon done. I'm with you, Chris, but like, not you specifically, but anytime I see that, like, when people have discourse, especially around the BBL thing, I'm like, you don't really care like that. Like, or like, a big girl's going to get like a gastric band. You don't really care about the health like that. It's just like using it as a stick to beat them. Some people, unfortunately, regardless how much words of affirmation, how much love you surround them with, how much community, they can't unsee what they see. They're insecure for every reason.
Yeah.
They want to change things, and it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
And also as well, for some people, the end justifies the means, because it can be as superficial as, I want these wrinkles to go so I can look younger. I want this bigger bust, bigger bum, because I know what attention it's going to give me and potentially what space it might be put me in. I want to be around the big ball of shot callers.
Oh.
You know, and you said earlier, cheeks and sundresses, can you see? So maybe it's our fault.
It's a cheeks only live stream.
We're putting pressure on women to have too much cheeks. Now they're all killing themselves in Dominican Republic.
Mad. Because the fraud boys are going to be going for the babes with the BBLs. You don't want to be sat on the table with.
Can't be in
the
LA
software
lounge on the
developers.
But at the same time, bro, I saw something the other day, like name something that, you know, you're starting to dislike as you're getting older. And it's not to say that like when I was younger, this is what I was on, but bro, the BBL astronomical looking cheeks is just, for me, nah.
You got shit in your batty crease.
Okay, guys. Yeah.
I like some of them that I've seen. Like no.
And nowadays, like, because it's becoming more and more common, you're starting to see the commoner have it, and it just doesn't look nice.
He said, now that it's hit the streets, now that it's hit the working class.
Fam,
Wow.
like, it's just, yeah, now that it's hit the working class.
Back.
They're getting that shit off Klarna.
Don't do that.
Oh
Leave
my
people
God.
alone. But it's just trend. That's why it's shit, because you then see people are going for like the skinnier versions and like people taking, okay, cool. So this is a good sense.
You know
The
about
slim BBLs is,
No, yeah, like
is the
okay.
one.
Like, now I was in my little, like dark side of the web with the whole Black China thing. So she's like taken.
Yes.
She's like, what did she do? They took off the tattoo. She had the Baphomet tattoo, and she's
Taking out the fillers of
she basically
face.
she restored the factory settings, innit? She's trying to go back to
Yeah.
What's her real name?
Angela.
Angela or something.
Angela Valdez. No, Angela. She's trying to go back to Angela. Go to a bit more glossy and not too like 2000s hip hop. Like I wanted to just dumb it down a little bit. But other people would have gone and followed certain trends because that looks like the in thing.
Yeah.
But like the trends of like fashion, that's cool. Body trends where you're putting yourself at risk to go and follow something, then in 3-5 years time, that's no longer the in thing. Everybody's changing again.
Yep.
That's why you just got to love yourself, man.
It's true.
Yeah, because insecurities could really scatter your brain.
Yeah. But like I did say earlier, for some people, they can't unsee stuff in it. But I think those mad extreme things, I just hope you find a way of finding a balance for you because... Yeah,
I do like that in advertising. There's a much bigger push towards. I don't explain it like a.
So I'm going to turn this because this is bugging me because I don't want it to pick up.
Accurate labeling. So for I think Dove were the first, or that I knew of anyway, for all of their photo campaigns. Any of the models they used, they don't use any like edited or touched up images. If you know what I mean.
What's that? I didn't hear all that. Sorry.
So Dove.
Okay.
So they did this whole campaign where they were using pictures of people that weren't overly retouched or airbrushed and stuff. So
Original,
you can see,
basically.
just like real bodies on campaigns and stuff. And I do like that. Just the world is waking up to the harm that these things can do. Like when you think someone looks a certain way, even down to shampoo commercials and mascara commercials, like a lot of the time they won't necessarily tell you that this person's got fake lashes in, so when they put this mascara on, like it's not going to do that for you, bro.
I've seen those videos of like the real truth behind like adverts where a burger, you'll see it stacked but they've got something underneath a bun to make it seem a bit bigger, or adding like colouring for like milk to make it seem a bit whiter, and just silly little things. It happens a lot with adverts because they need to sell you the dream, innit?
Exactly, but now they're being so conscious of the harm that social media can have, not just on children or young people, but everyone, and just making more of a real conscious effort to make sure that they're not part of the problem, or just doing their bit where they can, because makeup is one thing, that's not anything that's super permanent like a BBL or fillers or anything like that. Everyone just needs to take time.
How are you, obviously grown, matured, young lady? How much does what you see on the internet affect you in regards to like your beauty standards, how you view beauty, how you look at yourself, your mates?
I feel I'm really grateful that I can say that it's not very much.
Yeah.
But I think that's because growing up, I didn't really, my parents were really careful to make sure that I was just a child, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
And yes, as you start to grow up, you start to be able to see your own body and other people's bodies and stuff like that. But I feel quite thankful that I've never felt that super pressure to look a certain way, or to, do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I really dislike this aspect of myself so much. I think the furthest I would go to say is, like when I was younger, I wanted bigger boobs, but that's because everyone had boobs. I was like, but it was never.
What was that?
But it was never. It was never to the point where I wanted to get surgery, or it just like tore me down and broke me apart.
What about now?
I couldn't give a heck. You're gonna take these titties.
So what you're saying is you're not gonna turn up next week with like, the turtleneck titty, the stiff titty that's
Oh
high.
no.
The high one, the collarbone and that.
No. No, I'm gonna stay with these ones, thanks.
Okay, cool.
But I do agree with Vans. Like if I just had a whole heap of money sitting around,
Then your decisions might change.
But it wouldn't even be like tomorrow. Like as soon as I've got like the money, I'm going to do it. It'll be like,
Wake up one day and
yeah, you're
You
like,
know.
oh, should I? Or I might go shopping and see a top and I'll be like, you know what would look really nice with that? New set of tits.
yeah.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be something that it wouldn't be something that I would like save up for.
You're
or-
at peace with it,
Yeah.
but
But like if the bag came, then like maybe like I might get a little season that.
Got a bag and fix my teeth.
that's the thing. You're not. I don't know if this is official line, but you're not. It's not that you're clapped. You're just you
Yeah,
ain't got bread yet.
nobody's ugly, just poor. That's what they say.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what mood you're in, but I like it.
I agree.
Oh, silently spicy.
I agree
Yeah.
with you guys.
Yeah. But let's get to all the relevant talking points this week. It's been a good week for the Nigerians.
Oh, what now?
We're back, man. AJ.
Yay! Oh,
Really?
Oh, did he win?
Yeah, just about.
Barely.
And I'll lob this to my Congolese brother. And you can tell me your thoughts. You watched the fight, right?
I watched the highlights.
Okay,
I didn't
what's
watch it live.
You could have just lied. So I watched the fight. That's fine. But,
Nah, yeah, I watched the fight, man. The Zone. It was on the Zone, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? This was a fight. It was sort of like a redemption for AJ.
Yeah.
Especially in the face of the British public, because he's gone down the pecking order in, favoritism, level, and he's lost his belts. Do you know what I mean? So it's
All of
like
them.
he lost all of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost all of
You
them.
lost the fight, bro.
Yeah,
If you can keep the belts.
I don't know how this thing works in it. I'm not
Bro,
a
if you
super
can lose
boxing
and you get
fan.
to keep the belts, yeah, then we might as well scrap this whole thing.
No, I know that because he had more than one belt, right?
Yeah. He was trying to become undisputed. So
Right.
He lost all the
Okay,
belts
cool.
to
Yeah.
the U6.
So I thought, so I didn't know that. So I thought they were just fighting for one of his belts.
No.
But all right, cool. So that's even worse. Do you know what I mean? Like, so he has to come out and prove something to the people. I'm not necessarily sure I think it would have been more fitting for him if there was a knockout, because to the casual boxing fan like myself, I didn't know who his opponent was.
Okay.
So I'm like, the majority of the people that would go out and watch or pay to watch AJ, do you think that they know his opponent like that?
On this occasion, no, because even myself, before the Dylan White fight, I just about knew my man. So he, for a lot of people, was an unknown entity.
Yeah,
Jermaine
so-
Franklin. So, and this was when he fought Dylan White. I think he was still working. This was his first time he could have a full camp. He basically not working, he just can actually dedicate to boxing. And you saw that he may not look like it in the ring because AJ's standing there like tall Adonis, rippling muscles, whatever. Some guys are 18, 17 and a half stone. Everyone's not going to be shaped like my man, but Donnie'd actually lost like 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
He was actually really in good shape for the fight with AJ. He lost a lot of weight compared to how he looked against Dylan White.
And in comparison, AJ weighed at his heaviest.
Yeah, because he's going for the power thing, innit? So,
Yeah, so I think the heaviest in his career is what they were saying, what reports were saying. I don't know if there's much truth to it, but the thing about this, when I watched the fight, I've never saw AJ as someone that had much. Heart is the wrong word, because like getting into a boxing ring, you have to have heart. But when you're fighting someone else in order to beat them, he never really showed like that he had
That
the dog in him.
Yeah.
Is that as of this fight and maybe the most recent fights?
So here's what I'm getting at, yeah. So I think his success was keeping him going, the momentum. But there was still no dog in him. The only time I really saw dog in him was against Klitschko.
I wouldn't say there was no dog in him. I say there was dog in him because there was needle in the fight with Dylan White, because he got dropped, I think, in the Dylan White fight, and he came back. He had a bit of pressure against Takam.
All right, maybe not dog.
Yeah.
Heavyweight aggression in my mind, in how someone of his stature should be, right? So like, there's always, like, with me watching his fights, I've always like felt that he'll land some really good punches and hurt the opponent, but then stop. He doesn't aim to kill. Like bro, like remember watching like people like, obviously we're gonna use the extreme example like Tyson. He made sure that like when he hurt you, he's gonna finish the job off. Whereas like, I don't know, man, with AJ, like I haven't seen too much of that over the course of his career.
I think what it is you're always going to be judged on your most recent work, innit? And the Usyk fight, we watched it together, the second one at Chrissy's and that. Shouts out to our host of the most. And there were times when he actually looked better compared to the first fight, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people's opinion. But you're fighting someone who is elite in regards to head movement, feet. You can't hit someone that's not standing still in it. So he struggled in that regards. And I think some of the examples you're probably going to refer to are times when he's fighting shorter guys. That's always been his thing. He struggles against shorter guys, isn't it? And ironically, the Klitschko fight, he's trying to get someone a little bit taller than him. He managed to knock him down with the uppercut and stuff. So I think that's what it is. And when you have a war like that with Klitschko and you come back from coming off the canvas, you end up becoming a bit more measured because you don't want to have to, like, it's entertaining for us as fans.
I know it's his first stadium gig.
Yeah, like you don't want to have to go and do that over and over again. And the amount of damage you can take, and this might be a reach here, but I don't know if you remember in the Andy Ruiz fight when he lost, there was that little weird interaction, I think, after with Eddie Hearn and his dad. His dad's vexed at Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn's alluded to it and AJ's alluded to it as well, where something happened that wasn't right. I don't know if he had a panic attack or the lights went out. You know, like you get concussed in sparring. You get punched in the head for a living. You've seen, what's my man that fought Nigel Benn? That's now like, that has the shapes. I've got my man's name. You see fighters, people die in a ring. It's a very serious thing. It's a blood sport, innit? It's boxing is very, very serious. So like, we can all run the jokes we do on the internet now, but anyone that gets in the ring will always get my respect, innit? So absolutely. I don't know if there's been a lot of damage. I remember you're dealing with someone that's a cash cow for a lot of people, but also if this person has helped build your company, how he's done with Matchroom, because Eddie Hearn's a silver spoon kid. His dad's Barry Hearn. He had a company before back in the day, so you already have that thing in the back of people's mind that like you only got put on because you're dad. So now you got to prove yourself, and you managed to go and get the guy that won gold at the Olympics in London, and you build him up.
Super marketable,
tall, handsome. He's like
friendly,
a marketing dream, innit? Like
smiles.
The times he's kind of put a foot wrong is very minimal. The time when he spoke about the BLM thing and like black businesses and supporting each other. Like when he's in terms of scandal, that the whole how he acted after the Usyk fight, and recently I think he shouted out the new president of Nigeria. So that's like he's. Oh,
is it? Where?
He on like I don't know if it was like a personal. It was on the internet, innit?
Oh right.
I don't say there's been trouble and strife with the election.
Do you know what? I haven't seen his rollout at all.
So like for the examples I'm giving are so like they're forgettable, innit?
Yeah.
He's not put a foot wrong other than obviously losing in the ring, innit? So you've got someone that you're able to market in a point in regards to Eddie and him, and you have to look after my man. And I think after the Klitschko fight, you can see the change, innit? And I know it's like it ends up like you're overly supporting, but you got to remember Donnie's only fought. He didn't have a lot of amateur fights. He's basically learning on the job, but the problem is when you come up knocking people out, casuals love that. But casuals also ensure that you can be 100 million plus up because they're not everyday boxing fans that live and breathe the sport to that almost like annoying, nerdy degree. I know all the different fighters, the generation fighters, they're here for the blockbuster stuff, which is this the heavyweight division. We want to see someone get knocked out. And you spoke them at the start by knocking people out. Now people have an expectation for you. But people that really know boxing have always said for a long time, he isn't that good of a boxer.
Yeah.
His best things are that he's an athlete and a wrecking ball. You want to see him knock people out. And the minute he's come up against like certain level of fighters, like a Usyk and things, he struggled, innit? Obviously. So I think they're trying to look after my man and he changed his style, which is to try and do what I need to do in the ring. But we don't care as fans because we look at the guy he fought on the weekend and like you're meant to knock him out. And he didn't. You won. You got the job done.
Yeah, but
he's lost like 3 out of the last 5 fights. So
and the thing
we need to get in and get out, but we want the knockout.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to see you fight Fury, Wilder. But if I'm my man, I ain't trying to do that straight away. Or maybe he is. Maybe they don't want him to do that straight away because if he loses against them guys, you lose your cash cow.
So this is the thing, obviously, like with being a marquee athlete within Britain, the United Kingdom, everyone is going to look at you because we've seen, like you said, the expectation's already been there. Like when he burst into the professional boxing scene, he was knocking guys out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously you set that standard, and you've had some mishaps. Like we also have to cut him some slack, because I think ever since Mayweather, like I think that expectation to just always win constantly is like it puts a lot of pressure on these athletes, where boxing of the greats of the past have been knocked out before.
Some of our favourites, even that thing that everyone likes to reference, Tyson,
bro.
After a certain point, his record was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Like some of our greats that we love have lost, and that's why it's like, it's just that he won't have time. Because really, true, what I think AnthonyJoshua needs is, he had this fight against Jermaine Franklin. He also had a new trainer as well. So he's fighting a new star. He looked good for me against Usyk, but he lost. Yeah. And I think that he's never going to beat him. That's done. So just like sometimes in life, you have someone that will be better than you. So you park that. But he might need another fight before like a Fury or Wilder.
Yeah, I believe so.
Whether the public will allow him to do that or not. Because you know, like when you've been at this certain level and you had all the belts, and now we look at you different. You're not fighting in the stadium. You're fighting in the O2.
Yeah.
Even though we're saying only it's 20,000 people.
Yeah.
It did sell out in the end. I know some people it took a little while for tickets to sell out.
That was like the thing to do. Like that was the ceiling at one point.
What's that? O2?
The O2, yeah. As far as boxing is concerned, and then obviously they've just taken it to a new height with the stadium thing, where people want to see blood. People will pay for that. It's been like that since the Coliseum.
Sport, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like so, I think with him, it's just one of those ones where like he's just uber famous. Like he's just super. Like he's a face. Yeah. He's recognizable. And over the past 5 years, like he's probably faced the most challenging moments of his career, like where we've seen him step out of character in the way that we know him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even when he pulled up on them uni students.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Add that to his scandal stuff.
Like,
I forgot that one. Sorry, I forgot that one. That was crazy.
Yeah,
like,
come on, dog.
Man, put up to
uni students, bro.
I'll get active. I said, bro, these are freshers, bro.
Chill, bro.
These are freshers.
Like,
all they've got is pot noodle, and they're angry.
Pot noodle, bro. Like they are struggling to eat to get by at uni, and you're there pulling up in your nice car and jumping through windows, telling them that you'll get active.
Scary. Pick on someone your own side.
I still can't believe that actually happened. Like I like people getting G-Tech because like you shouldn't just be rude to people for no reason, but like the heavyweight champion of the world
it's so
is in your
mad.
kitchen.
Imagine
at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
30 million a fight, and this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to tell him like, you're right. They have better things to do.
Yeah. And people are also going to criticize boxers of nowadays because they only really have to fight once a year.
I think that's what's also affecting the thing, because they're not active enough in it. But when as much money's on the table, bro, am I gonna go and risk myself fighting someone that I shouldn't really have to? Because really and truthfully, where AJ is in his career, he shouldn't be fighting Jermaine Franklin. My man shouldn't even be that close to him, innit?
Yeah.
But it's because he's had this little fall off with regards to these fights. And to give him a bit of credit as well, unlike some of the other guys, everyone's got their biases in it. So Fury and Wilder don't have his resume. Like he's actually fought some of the better guys, innit? Why they kind of get tilted over the edges because they fought each other 3 times, innit? So,
bro, Wilder ain't a great fighter either. He's just
that bang.
He just has the bang on him.
And even me, like as biased with AJ,
AJ ain't got a chin.
If he lands that bang on him,
yeah, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
But you know, like I've seen more aggression in AnthonyJoshua in the face of these students on campus.
Don't say that.
And
don't say you see more aggression with them.
I've seen more greed. I've seen more attitude. When he had the outburst after, was it the Usyk fight?
Yeah, the first one. He was just frustrated because man was trying to get undisputed and he didn't
Started talking about man went jail and all of that. Bro,
heavy.
Just channel that. Channel that to your opponent, not the public. Yeah. And I know that it's easy for me to sit down and say that here.
Yeah.
But
you know what it's like to be like, I never knew, obviously people are fans one day, not haters the next, but like they can blow hot on cold. But I didn't realize how much people had kind of like gone off AJ.
I haven't
until the weekend when I'm in my house. I'm like, the man, I'm like, he's dead, bro. I know it's very extreme, innit? But like,
yeah,
I'm like, brother, you know this guy's been holding down division for like 10 plus years, and he's been doing his
He
thing.
he kind of like revived that division.
Not kind of him,
Like,
Eddie Hearn. I'll throw in like IFL TV in terms of coverage. All the new media we have now. He reinvigorated the sport because those nights when you'd have those undercards, certain man wasn't getting those paydays if it wasn't for my man.
bro, because Klitschko, the Klitschko brothers, they were dominating the sport for like 10 years prior to
Boring as hell, just fighting in Russia.
and no one really batted an eyelid at the heavyweight division. To be
It
honest,
was dead for a long time.
like the last time I saw the Klitschko's fight was Lennox Lewis, bro.
Oh my gosh, old school.
But like, and when he fought Fury for the first time, I think it was.
Yeah, he only fought Fury once. So
Yeah,
Fury
yeah.
beat him and then,
Yeah.
And even those who got added like the whole story. I don't want to stay on this too long. Obviously, sports. Shouts out to Chrissy Hive and the cufflinks. I don't want to bore you lot.
Hive.
Not saying you guys can't enjoy boxing as well, but like even that Fury thing happening helped the rise of AnthonyJoshua.
Right.
Because Fury was absent for those years. The belts were vacated. I think he fought Charles Mark. He basically fought someone early in his career and was able to get the hold of the belts early. So now you dictate stuff. Yeah. The belts are over here in the UK. We have the promotional company. There's no real big fight like that in the US. And that's probably the time when all of us were paying attention to AnthonyJoshua and he's having those
Mayweather
fights
was running
in the
it.
UK and just like selling out. And a lot of people, the casual wouldn't have even known half the opponents he was fighting, but he was knocking those guys out. And then when it really got to like the tougher end of things, it was that night against Ruiz.
I was like,
Once he
man,
lost
get
that-
these 6'8" niggas off my screen,
Oh.
bro.
That's hate. That's
Wow.
hate. That's hate. That's hate. Let's say it's hate. It's hate.
Yeah, because there's someone that's taller than you now.
Man, get
6'5",
these
you know the
25
vibes.
stone dons off
20,
my
Wow.
25 stone is, bro.
Wow.
Get these big dons off my
Wow.
screen.
I want to see this guy slug it out, man. But yeah, just
Yeah, do you know what? Fair play to him, though. Like, he got the victory, which ultimately, that is the most important thing.
bro, get in and get out.
Yeah, get in and get out. And on to the next one. Do I think that he wants to bow out soon? Absolutely.
He's like 33, bro. Like, I don't want to see these man fighting 40 plus and like.
Oh no, he's made generational bread.
They say he's about to buy this property in, I think it's Bond Street for like 25 mil. I saw that today randomly.
Yeah,
And he's buying this
That's-
commercial property in Bond Street.
that's one fight for him.
Nice.
Yeah, so like, there's only a couple fights I want to see. I want to see him, Wilder, Fury, and I want to see him fight Dillian White again because it's there, the needle's there. But if he gets those other fights early, there's going to be no point to fight, man. If he fights,
You see
Dillian
Dillian
again-
White and like Chisora and them, man. Those are the dons that are susceptible to CTE.
But those are the guys I don't want to see on a night out. I'm not saying that and I want this, by the way.
Nah,
yeah.
these
But I
man.
think I would rather see AJ on a night out because I think I can talk my way out of that.
Yeah,
Bro, I was at Dave Chappelle, yeah, and he bigged up Chisora in the crowd, yeah, and we looked eyes for like 2 seconds. I looked away. That guy's not stable, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Jerry Chisora is, bro, he's not easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think you kind of have to be a bit off key to get in a ring
Yeah, I hear it.
and get punched in the head consistently.
And go back.
And that's how you make your money.
Sickness.
No.
Especially like if you're at the biggest paydays that these men are gonna get, they know that there's a strong possibility that they're gonna lose. I've seen Dillian White get knocked out in a way, yeah, where.
Don't do it. Don't.
But I have though. Like we've all seen it. It's like it's
the
not
Fury-
something that I
the
saw
Fury
in
knockout-
secret behind closed doors. It was live pay-per-view, bro. I paid for
Fury
this.
knockout was bad, bro. But the one
No, the other Donny that he
Povetkin.
fought. Yeah, bro, that one.
he punched him from like
He was back in Ends. He was back in Loughborough.
Okay.
chill out. I don't know how you do this, bro. Them man will crash you, bro.
Fam, he was though. These man have to listen to the boxing pundits speak about them like 5 minutes after they've just been beaten up. And I can't say something.
No, do you know what's worse? After the knockout, and you have to come and do an interview.
Yeah.
So how do you think the fight went? Did you not just see me get knocked out? Why are you asking me these questions?
But this is where professionalism kicks in. This is where the professional part of your job comes into play.
Now, but I like people because that's one thing people label at AJ at times, yeah, about the stiffness, yeah. That's where I like the IFL TV content with Dillian White. I think he has better interviews. I like the character because even when I was watching the DAWG coverage before the fight and even after, yeah, bro, he was just saying, he was just free in the realness. It's like, even though he was being salty because he thought Jermaine Franklin as well. He's like, yeah, AJ's in with these guys. He's like, you know, I fought Franklin's fight my leftovers. Even though he's wilding what he's saying, it's how he genuinely feels. Don't just give me the rehearsed PR answer. Tell me how you truly feel.
Yeah.
Because that's coming from more of a real place. Because he's always had to play like second fiddle to AJ.
You've got like a foot in that platform as well. Say what you want.
Yeah. And at your size, bro, there's only a few men in the world that can beat you up. Like, for the most part, you're crashing everybody.
Beat you up is so funny.
Last boxing fight that I was like, yeah, this is lit from start to finish was the Anthony Yard fight. And I can't even remember his name, but that was what guy from North?
Well, up north, as in North England, he's talking about.
The one that Anthony Yard fought.
Yeah, he's talking about.
He's ain't he Canadian, the guy that he fought?
I forgot the guy's name. I thought you were talking about
the champion.
Yeah,
that
champion.
That fight was lit.
No, he tried his thing. He tried the thing.
Yeah, but I thought that he was gonna get him, but then it's what true champions do, boy.
Yeah. Did you watch the fight, Chrissy?
No.
Okay. Are we boring you with this segment?
No.
Okay. Can I take you somewhere else? Have you guys seen the interview with AJ and the white babe from IFL TV?
Laura Woods.
Yeah. On the black casting couch.
What's that?
So what's your type? Did she ask him what his type was? And
they're talking about relationship. Like, I think they're talking about they both asked each other about being single, innit? And he was like, obviously because of like training, and he didn't want to ever have to be like away from home and have to deal with relationship issues whilst being away at camp and stuff, innit? And she was talking about being single as well. It's like, it was a lot of heavy flirting.
Yeah.
She was flirting with Ruben Loftus-Cheek the week before, no?
Hey man, get how you live, man.
It's true.
So what's your type? And he was like, you.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I hear it.
AJ said the same thing.
Okay.
I hear it.
Is this inappropriate?
No.
Okay, cool.
Why would it be?
No, because, you know, like, unless of course you play for the other side and that, you wouldn't see that kind of like heavy flirting mano, like where she's coming, you would assume she's coming to have like a proper interview, innit? Everyone's got different styles, make fights. Everyone's got a different style of conversation, innit? But you would assume she's coming for an interview, she wants to get a good soundbite, a moment on camera, and we kind of go to the man and woman interaction where it's like, what's your type? I don't know if I can't remember with Ruben Loftus-Cheek if she was one that kind of introduced that kind of energy, but that's what we go to all the time. That's why I look at it a little bit weird, innit?
Maybe
or wait, you can leave yourself open because you might feel relaxed in the moment and you say the wrong thing with a lady, even though maybe you're off camera, your energy's like that with each other.
But then you're just like,
or you're making look a certain way on camera. You've got to be careful in this day and age.
I don't know Laura Woods personally, but seeing some of the stuff that she's worked on, particularly on TalkSport, where football, like all these sports are very male dominated, innit?
Absolutely.
Despite the rise of like, you know, the women doing their thing as well, they're coming up and stuff. But her colleagues, she's outnumbered by her colleagues and the people that she interviews and the consumers. So she gets heckled a lot of the times or patronized by a lot of the listeners that will come on and challenge her opinions just based off the fact that she's a woman. And every clip that I've seen, she's handled herself well, and it makes the other person look stupid.
oh, go ahead.
So she knows how to kind of like,
So she knows what she's talking about.
yeah.
So
like,
you're saying I shouldn't like maybe look at it that way, like she's a big girl, she can kind of handle it.
I just think that she has put herself in a space where she can handle, and she does it in a particular way where it makes the other person look a little bit like she's in control of the situation.
I love that for her.
You know, the conversation with AJ was light, it was cool. Like, of course, after a fight and the fact he's won and it's the first time we've seen him in a little while in the UK, he's probably going to have done like 30, 40, 50 interviews. So do you want to come in and ask him the generic question about boxing stance and styles and are you going to fight Fury? Maybe you need a slightly different type of chat. And if there's rapport there. And
I only saw that bit, which is obviously the soundbite, but they could have been talking about a lot of technical shit.
No, I watched it. It was cool. It was lighthearted there, messing around with Coogan in the back, who owns IFL and that. So it was cool. It was a decent little chat. I just saw that. I was like, okay.
She's getting them gigs in, man. I've seen her in a lot of places.
And it is as well, to the point I'm making, there are times that thing plays in your favor because we can't act like pretty privilege isn't a thing. And the girl that is...
But you're saying that's your vibe?
Pretty
Laura
privilege.
Woods.
Laura Woods. Let's be serious. Come on.
I mean, okay.
You see me outside. Let's have it right.
Oh, tell us more about you being outside.
Oh, mad.
What did you? How do you pronounce my name? In a former life, innit? The point I was trying to make is, you know what my vibe is. That's not my vibe, innit?
Okay.
Yeah.
As you were.
Yeah, as I was, innit? Before I get myself in trouble, innit?
You don't want that, homie.
Yeah, no. Happy wife, happy life, innit?
Yeah. Carry on, pudding.
I love Chrissy. Chrissy be doing security and that.
Yeah.
Who sent you?
Yeah.
Where's your SIA badge, bro?
All Chrissy needs is an earpiece. Whenever Fols is around,
Yeah.
she's like, got the shades on and that. She's like,
I see you.
Let a young brother live. Can I live?
can I live?
But I enjoyed the fight on the weekend. It's good to see him back. I would like to see the knockout, just to kind of put a full stop in it. And
Yeah, I mean, I saw him reaching for a few uppercuts, and if they landed,
no, but listen, he landed some shots on my man. You got to give Jermaine Franklin credit as well. He's not meaty, bro.
he's a big don.
He's not meaty, bro.
Better be able to take a bang.
Yeah, bro, he held his own, innit? So, like, and yeah, there was a lot of, like, I don't think he got a lot of help being in the UK, like, with the grappling and the holding and stuff.
He was quite quick. He was quite quick, actually, for his size.
Bro, don't get to these big boys that can move, bro. Yeah. So,
Shout outs to them, man.
Chrissy, you right over there? Ever dated a big boy?
It's because I felt
big
like
belly rude boy?
Vans was going to go down this whole like ASOS men curve vibe again.
Oh, plus size.
Oh,
Chill out, Vans. Chill out.
Wait.
Chill out. Leave them alone, man. Leave the plus size dons alone.
nah, shout
Bro,
outs to
because
the
if I
plus
go
size.
outside and I see you outside the station, like a big don just sitting on you, performing like a citizen's arrest
That was
for all your slander on the pod.
So
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
real.
going to save you, bro.
A big don chasing me down the road. Did you see that clip? There was a guy. There was a big guy in America that chased down a comedian.
No.
It's like, oh yeah, you that guy online, innit? That keeps like cussing like, big dons, basically.
Oh, so he came to fight for
He's
his
like,
community.
he's like, stop doing that shit, bro. It's not funny, bro. And the comedian's like, come out of my face, bro.
These are jokes.
Yeah, these jokes. Like, you're a stranger, innit? Like,
Yeah.
don't come up to me. I'm walking to my car in the parking lot. I got something for you in the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
like-
we don't want to see that, no.
He was like, back up, basically. Because you're harassing me at this point.
America's crazy, man. From the conversation,
Yeah,
please
yeah.
don't confront people and, like, at least at the bare minimum, let it be if you're at a comedy show.
Yeah. It was like
Heckle or
literally
something.
like,
Let it be in that environment.
it was like a car park at like a supermarket station. Pause.
I don't even. Do you know what? Okay, what's next, Walla? Please, because I can
Imagine that.
No, let's not. Let's not imagine that.
Just went to handle some technicals. Do you know, like, not to get super serious here, but have you guys at any point, felt a way because you are not receiving physical touch, or, and not even necessarily a sexual way, just like a lack of
Intimacy.
Physical touch, intimacy, love in a way that you feel maybe other people are getting in abundance or you would like at any point ever? And I'll explain why I'm asking it after.
I think it's a difficult one. I think a lot of people do require some form of interaction.
Yeah.
Whether if it's like romantically linked or if it's just on a platonic level.
Yeah.
And I think like it's just like one of the basic human needs.
Yeah.
And if you're a person that, let's say, had a tough upbringing and never had love in your life, you may not know what that feels like, right? So to some people, they can walk around unfazed by it, but the general person, I believe that, if they go without for so long, of course they're going to be upset about it. We're just seeing a lot more of it now because everyone is telling us their problems on TikTok.
There's times, even though you're not even being
You're being
that
so
way,
serious.
you sound so insensitive. But I love it because It's just how you feel. Look, bruv, it's only because we're getting information overload.
Yeah.
Why some of these things are conversations, but they are real things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know you can do play that clip here that I wanted to.
Oh, my bad. Keep
yeah.
talking. Cause,
No, it's cool. No.
I ain't got a load of
Yeah,
that.
Chrissy,
But-
you can add to the question I was asking, if you remember, whilst I got your attention. Have you ever at any point felt like you was lacking physical touch, intimacy, love?
Yeah, I think initially after my breakup,
Okay.
that was something that was really hard to deal with, and not just like doing fucky, just having someone there that I'm trying to be serious. Just having someone there that you could hold hands with or cuddle up with, just that non-sexual intimacy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. I think to not have that at all, I can definitely understand how that would be a lot. And it's not like you necessarily have to get that from a romantic partner.
Yeah.
You can have that from a friend or a family member. I don't feel like many guys do this, but if you're sat on, like, if I was with one of my girls, like, we'd just be hitch up on the sofa under each other's armpit. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of, just like, but that's part of everyday life.
So you want to walk into the room and see me like snuggling Van?
Do you
Is that what you want to see, Chris?
I think. Do you think that there's something wrong with that?
What if he was on the cuddle on the sofa?
Just asking, because I know how
snuggling the
I
cuddling.
know how society views it, and I know how the man them are.
I mean, if our wives walked in and we was on the sofa cuddling,
Yeah, cuddling. That
they'd
would
like,
be a bit mad.
You're taking this podcasting too far.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I think we've spoken about ages ago on a podcast when Sosa was still with us recording and stuff, and we was just talking about, I think I was jokingly saying that, like, about like saying I love you, bro, rather than just like love on the phone. Yeah. And like when you see each other, sometimes it's a hug, like, hold me close, I want to smell your cologne.
Embrace.
Paco Rabanne. I made
wearing,
a joke
bro?
out of it, but like,
what you got on, bro?
we're on different smells now, oud and stuff, you know. Yeah, but I was making a joke out of it, saying that, like, that's how close man can be in the embrace, and it shouldn't be weird, innit?
It shouldn't be.
I didn't even honestly give it thought when I was doing it, but then in the conversation when we brought up, it was like, that's how we should greet each other. There'll be times when it's a handshake or a spud, but there's times when it's a hug.
You shaking hands with your friends, like it's a business meeting.
Whenever you meet someone like in a bit more of a slightly formal setting, yes,
Hey,
you can double check. The big man's here.
The big man's here. The thing is that, like, I think that the man them would hug each other a lot more.
Yeah. What's the time on there, Tig? I just reset it. Yeah, fine, cool. Cheers.
I think the man them would hug each other a lot more, but they are afraid of what other people may say.
Yeah.
Do you think that's still there, genuinely?
There are some people like that. There are some men like that.
Even sometimes it's the half hug, and you like you hold hands, and it's like, and you
Certain man don't want to get
shoulder
too
shoulder.
close because they feel like they'd be sword fighting, if you know what I mean.
Is that even on your mind, bro?
Bro,
Are we doing the salsa?
it's not, it's not on my mind because like you know, I like to embrace people that I love particularly. Yeah. So it doesn't faze me, but you know, it's just the mindset that I don't think it's all the way gone. And you know, the example that you gave, Chrissy, about like, you know, you with your female friends that may hug up under each other. I just think that's one of the things that women do that men don't necessarily do, and I think that's okay. Just as long as, like, you know, the man them have to have some form of love in their life.
Yeah.
And
some
it doesn't
platonic love, like, just,
you know, you don't necessarily have to, but I think people over sexualize a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, like when you see a man and a woman, like, you know, very close in friendship, there's always going to be that raised eyebrow. Are they or aren't they?
But sometimes, a lot of the time,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but like there's also the other side where like you could just be just that.
Absolutely.
And whenever you're like, you know, the time in need arises, like, why not go over and go and see your friend and, you know, cuddle and things like that and just chill without you know, it having to get to the stage of no return.
Oh, stage of no return. The final frontier. Hey, listen, man. What do people say? As friends. That was a concept. We said it on the podcast.
As friends
before.
can be a concept.
If you're grown enough,
Yeah.
we can do a bit of adult wrestling.
Yeah.
And that, like, you know, don't let a little bit of sex get between us. No?
I think a lot of people, do you know what? We have to sometimes look at ourselves outside of the bubble that we're in.
Absolutely.
Because there are people that live very alternative lifestyles.
Okay. Yeah.
There are.
Because I'm literally watching this documentary. I only want to kill time so when Chris comes back, we can play the clip, yeah?
Yeah.
But just to segue what you're saying about alternative lifestyles, Jerry Falwell Jr., I don't know if, I think it's on Disney or Amazon, there's this documentary about basically this geezer that ends up being, he's a son of an evangelical preacher.
Okay.
He runs like Liberty University. They come from a wealthy evangelical family. Him and his wife, powerful couple, people of the community. They run the uni. When Trump was running for office, he backed him.
Okay.
Used his leverage to kind of campaign for him. But they had a darker side when you're talking about alternative lifestyles. That him and his wife were basically having sex with it was like a pool guy from like the Fontainebleau, whatever.
Okay.
His wife, the wife and the young guy, she met when he was like 19, 20, entered an intimate relationship, and Jerry, the husband, would be in the room watching them have sex at times. And like, it was this almost this like 3-way couple thing where it was like, he brought him in on business. They had this guy around. He was almost like the same age as their kids. They kind of had him in the family. There were times when he would try and break away and like want to have his own girlfriend, and then the husband's ringing him up like, "What are you doing? My wife's upset." Like, how can you be as a man ringing your wife's boyfriend saying come back?
Yeah.
I'm really going to need some context.
I think we've spoken about before.
We're talking about
segment.
alternative lifestyles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't even remember when we have our what are we watching segment. We spoke about this documentary. I seen the trailer for Jerry Falwell Jr. This like son of an evangelical preacher, powerful guy in the community, Liberty University. But there was this sex scandal with him and his wife and this pool boy that ended up being around them, that they were both entertaining it. And it kind of brought their family down. He came out of the political space. So I was just saying that to Vans' point about people having alternative lifestyles, it's just interesting because I watched that documentary recently. I'll find the name.
Yeah.
I'll give the proper recommendation.
And they're not the first to like, you know, have someone that they know come in and, you know, engage in sexual activities with their partners whilst they're watching. Like it's can I say it's common? But you hear it enough.
What? How did we get here? That's what's really confusing me. Because
How we
I was trying to kill time to come back from the toilet.
it's not even like, but it's not even too far from what we were talking about intimacy and as friends, as a concept, and all of these things. And then, you know, you have people that lead or live alternative lifestyles where they'll invite someone else into the bedroom or like, you know, swingers. Like all of these things are a thing, but it's usually kept behind closed doors because at the end of the day, it's no one's business.
Yeah, big people business, man.
Right?
Stay out of big people's business.
But yeah, man, I think we are in a position to play the clip now.
Yeah, so Chris is back. We need her expertise.
All right, maybe not.
But I feel,
Bring it back.
okay? But I feel like I'm dying from like touch starvation, y'all. I don't get hugs. I don't know. I feel like if I were to get the kind of hug that I fucking really want, I would crumble into pieces.
Rug Nation, you will crumble.
I don't. How do you deal with that? I really like need to be like touched, and I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me. None of those services love me. right? But I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with like, I don't get hugs. That shit is, it could be like maybe a hello, whatever, maybe. But it's not enough. I don't know how how am I gonna go the rest of my life like this?
Before we get uber serious, yeah, I'm going to say I'm always going to be, I don't care who it is, what the issue is, I'm always going to side-eye, yeah? What's the bombastic side-eye? I'm always going to side-eye anybody that turns the camera on and cries to the camera. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
What if they didn't start off by crying?
I think she started off by crying, you know?
I was trying to back
I
up.
don't think she did.
Yeah, no.
I think
Just giving alternative
I think
facts
she
and
was
that.
on the verge.
Yeah.
And then it just, I think what she was saying was starting to really register in her mind.
Yeah.
And in the caption, it says it's been 5 years.
Me too, I'd crumble.
So she
5.
Don't get any hugs. Like, but then what about your family? Obviously, it's going to, okay, we'll do it as well, and you can correct me if I go too far left, bring me back in it, yeah? Chrissy, chill out. But like, your family, your friends, they don't, because we started the conversation by having it just outside of like the romantic sexual element. Your friends don't hug you, your dogs, they don't.
I think that is definitely speaking from a place of privilege because people aren't always fortunate enough to be around their family. They might have strained relationships with their family.
Yeah.
And in this particular scenario, I feel like I can kind of get where she's coming from. Let's say she's moved to a new state or whatever. She's not around her family. You've got friends, but they're not going to give you that that you need. You know, that kind of hug that comes from like the bottom of your soul.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think, how am I supposed to position this or say this? Like, I think sometimes you have those friends that are going through stuff that won't necessarily say, but they want you to feel them in how they feel without them having to say anything to you.
Yeah.
Like, just hug me, bro. Like, or just, I need a hug. And sometimes, like, if you really see your friend, like, if you really see them, you would kind of take heed or the initiative of doing so. 'Cause sometimes, like, even like, you have some friends, that aren't aligned that way. So you can speak to them and tell them all your problems and they just won't hug you, bro. They just won't like think to touch you in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Not because they see it in a certain way. They're just not that type of person.
If they haven't grown up, like what Fols was saying earlier, if they haven't grown up around that, that might not be your instinct.
Yeah.
It's your point. It's a privilege element. It's like, of course, some of this is even more recent. I think it's with like adulthood and maybe the benefit of having these conversations and having people like yourself that I'm closer with and some of my dogs and just, you know, maybe going through things and it forcing you to look internally. If maybe I didn't have that, I might not have looked at it a certain way or had that perspective. But definitely coming up in my youth, it wasn't a thing to... If you told me touch starvation, the only starvation I know about is a lack of chicken and chips. What do you mean starvation? Like, if I don't have that, I'm dying, innit? Like, and physical touch only means one thing at a certain age, innit? So it's the truth.
Wow.
You think I was just born like this? Being this, you know, empathetic.
No, hey, okay.
We weren't though. It's the truth though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's why
I thought you
even
were
me
gonna
saying
go
that,
into
like at the start, I would always kind of side eye someone doing that. We're not living a normal age anymore. This is social media
it's
era.
true.
All the things that weren't normal for are very much normal.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to get with the times, innit? I'm still gonna struggle with that a little bit, but there is a bit more sympathy and empathy for that person because it's like it looks like it's proper hurting that person.
Yeah, and I think it's tailored to because I think with some of the suggestions that she was mentioning in what other people had suggested for her, was like, oh, you know, go get a massage or go get your nails and feet done.
Yeah, that's cool. I want someone to hold me.
She
Yeah,
said,
that's
but
what she said.
like
They don't love me.
They don't love me, innit? They're just doing a service. And let me tell you, like,
But you can go.
where I get my feet done, boy.
You can go certain places.
And she's
though.
moisturizing those feet.
They say, the tickling.
She's got the technique on smash.
Chris, why are you doing that?
Because you guys are weird.
Well, not weird. Like
Ah.
there are places for these services though. Like, you know, why are we weird?
Really?
Because
Yeah.
Vans are getting his toes tickled. In the cost of living crisis,
No, that's
anything
not-
that brings man joy. Hey, Chrissy, anything that brings man
That is
joy,
hilarious.
I'm doubling down. I'll be going there 3 times a week.
Yeah,
No,
I've got
you
big
make
feet,
it-
man. She has to use 2 hands on 1 foot.
Hey, advertising, chill out, bro.
Okay. All right.
Chris is just
Okay, like-
why did I come this week?
No, but yeah, there is a lot of truth to what she's saying. I think I hope that she receives what she's looking for, because it's not nice, man, to go that long without any form of intimacy.
And I'm a cut the crap in the cap as well. She does sound like she needs to be hugged in another way as well.
Yeah,
I can hear that in that clip.
yeah.
She sounds dick deprived as well a little bit. Chrissy, I know I can go too far sometimes, but look me
Nah.
in the eye. Womiloju, look at me. Am I lying? You hear
not
that clip,
kidding.
yeah?
You're
You can read between the lines. You can hear. It sounds like
She needs intimacy.
Yeah.
Whether
Help.
that's sexual.
help me.
whether
That's what she was crying big
Yeah.
tears.
Sexual. I'm not.
It's not
her,
always
so I
sexual,
don't
of
know.
course, of
But,
course.
yeah, like the babe
Yeah.
needs some tea healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember a famous scholar once said that when they were lacking in an area in their life, they couldn't see out of their right ear. I don't know who the famous scholar was, but she might be the CEO of the Chrissy Hive.
I've
That person could not see out of their right
It's
ear.
true, it's true.
Because, you know,
Well, I feel like
The
I
equilibrium,
said it's because I was
everything was off.
heartbroken.
Yeah.
Not because I needed dick, but okay. But yeah, it be like that sometimes. You're like, what day is it? What planet am I on? Who's our president? I don't know.
but it's nice to also, but you can also admit if it's that.
Yeah, but sometimes you do just want intimacy. Like you just want to hitch up under someone and, you know.
those cold nights, you know, just
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, would you still love me if I was a squirrel?
What? Okay, cool. Why do you not love
This
that?
is when they spoil it, man.
Like, even it's going so well, babe. You know, some,
Babe.
some bullshit's coming.
Because we want to know. No, do you know what? Truthfully, it's not like, sometimes validate us. I'm never going to turn into a fucking worm, bro. We all know that.
Yeah.
But I want to know that in the eventuality that I did, you still love me. Just validate me. That's all.
What, like a talking worm, or just a worm? Because there's no interaction at this point. So
Well,
why am I loving
we
you?
can have a conversation. Oh,
Maybe this is silence she always wanted.
Yeah,
maybe it's
No?
a conversation. We could talk about the different types of worm there are. We can then
Would I
like,
turn into a
start-
worm as well? Or you
Yeah.
just-
Would you forfeit like your human life to come and live in the worm world with me? The worm world with me. So, like, there's so many places we can take this.
spice it up like to something else. Like if I was an avatar, would you come into this new realm as an avatar as well? Live in an incubator and be like 8 foot tall.
my dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sign falls up.
Sign me up.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
8 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
But
we just want
blue.
like,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, man.
Hey man.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yet to
Intimacy.
Yeah.
watch
The
the
touch starvation.
Yeah, I think it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Because going without it will have you in that state.
So bring it back to us, yeah, because I know obviously woman, so it ends up being like a kind of women's thing. But as a guy, have you ever felt yourself? I don't know if maybe you answered at the start, but like, have you ever felt a way when you're not getting that? Can you remember a time period in your life where you were aware of maybe you needing or appreciating a hug, a handhold? Maybe you felt like, cool, like rub the back of your head. Do you know the little cute things your lady does, like that are not sexual, just like.
I used to neglect that, I think, or I used to underestimate what it could do.
Okay, and then when it wasn't being done, how did you feel?
You can see that there's a void there.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it's just, it could just be a hug from your mum, which
Facts.
I can wholeheartedly say I probably don't hug my mum enough.
That's because you're always sending to the shop, man. You ain't got enough
Yeah,
time
true.
to hug her, bro.
Yeah.
Man set foot in the house, yeah.
I was on the phone to Fols the other day, like, and as soon as I walked in, it's like, oh, by the way, there's no bread. And I'm like, it's not even go to the shop.
But Vans,
It's just, by the way.
Yeah.
but you know what it is. We both know what it is. I'll get in. There's no milk.
Let's not do this tango. Go to the shop. You
And I
know
was
what?